Okay. So now I'm like doubly irritated because I tried this live thing twice where like I thought that it was working. I told it to recognize this microphone. So I'm doing it on my webcam, shitty camera, my microphone, shitty microphone. But I just am trying to figure out how to deal with this live thing. So I wanted to see what happened because both the prior times, nobody could hear me, nobody could see, or I mean, you could see me, but you couldn't hear anything I was saying. All you could see was my hands flapping around, me being very animated. Made no sense. So what I wanted to talk about, or what I've already talked about once, and so now I've had a chance to get through some of my ranting already, so I might be less ranty this time. I don't know. But is RSVP. I know I probably could say it in French if I tried really hard, but what it means is you're telling people you're going to be there and you're not. And if you tell people you're going to be there and then you aren't going to be able to, you should let them know. I mean, I'm not talking we all get birthday cards or this RSVP from families and folks that we're going to talk to live in person, like really, like they know us, we know them. It's okay. Like we'll make sure to let them know in person or in some conversation that we are going to be there or not for whatever reason. It, you know, I'm talking about when you get like a kid's school birthday one or like an adult meetup one where somebody sticks their neck out, puts a invitation out to kind of like the universe and has no real expectation of it and then gets RSVPs. And so eh, here's the scenario real quick. I planned a meetup for and it was put into a pretty broad audience that, and not only was it put into a broad audience, I got 4 total RSVPs. So, enough that people responded. So that had to go in, look up the event, like make an effort to respond. It wasn't like I saw it, cool. Like, no, you have to fill out a fucking form to RSVP to this. So I am still ranty about it. That's good. Good to know. Whew. Get to talk about it twice. Not so bad. All right. So I get 4 RSVPs. And the first one, I had put this in a while ago. I kind of put this out into the universe and was just like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm good. Nobody RSVPs. It's okay. I get some RSVPs, even better. Like I'm good. I didn't have any expectations. I think I said that already. But so I put it out there. I get an RSVP about a week or so ago. It's been enough time back that it made it onto the family whiteboard calendar. Because I didn't put it on the calendar until I got an RSVP, and that's been up there for a little bit now. Because everybody knew Mom had plans. Because I don't make it onto that calendar much these days. Just saying, I'm mostly, watching my beautiful love bug and finding ways to keep myself busy researching stuff and looking into topics and listening to other podcasts. And I keep myself busy a lot, but not with so much stuff that needs to go on a calendar. You know what I'm saying? So it made it to the whiteboard calendar, family calendar. It's a big thing. But and then I interact with this person, and I let them know they're the first RSVP, but I'll keep them updated, as I get other RSVPs, and we kind of exchange a couple emails. I confirm that we have other RSVPs. Looks like we're gonna have a good group. I've got 8 to 10 people, maybe as low as 6. There's this weird thing with this particular format where it asks you how many guests. and I got 2 zeros and 2 twos and me. So I was like, I'm guessing the zeros are ones and the 2 twos are twos, but they could be threes. So I was like, all right, I'm going to say 6 to 8. Safe bet. Like probably 6 people. Probably one's going to flake. Who knows? This particular person had 2 guests, and I literally, like, we exchanged enough emails, and I made sure we exchanged emails yesterday. And then today I get another RSVP from a guy coming from Tempe, which is about an hour away, and apologizing for the late RSVP. I'm like, no, it's cool, dude. Come on down. That was fun. Let's have some fun. It looks like we're going to have a cool group, is what I told him. If I had not had all the other RSVPs, if he was the first RSVP that came in today, I would have totally been like, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't take down that meetup, but I got 0 other RSVPs. Like, it would just be you and me. Like, I would have definitely have sent that email to him. Like, who wouldn't? That would be shitty. So, fast forward to, it's the meetup tonight at 6, and the 13th of May. And I show up early. I'm there at 5:45. And for all of you who know me and have, what's that called? Roasted me heavily about my tardiness. No, me showing up somewhere 15 minutes early is pretty remarkable. But it is the right thing to do. I am the technical host. Like, I would have been shitty. So I get there early. I ask if I can move furniture around, and I push 2 tall tops, high tops, whatever they're called, together so we have enough for 8. Because I'm thinking, even if there's only 4 or 5 of us, like worst case scenario, it won't look too weird. And then Brian from Tempe, who RSVP today, shows up, somewhere reasonably after 6. It was like 6:20 to 30, somewhere in there. Not totally expected that people were not going to be at the door waiting to walk into the place at 6:00. Like whatever. So he shows up, and we kind of start our conversation, and we're like, okay, it's just us. It's cool. He orders a beer. I'm already have one, of course. I've been there for 30 minutes, yes, I ordered a drink waiting. I actually was a mango cider. It's pretty good. I've never tried one before. Anyhow, so we start to realize that we're expecting other people. I definitely am starting to feel like other people should show up, especially dude who I've exchanged lots of emails from, who I've been very interactive with, who I assured would let him know. Keep that. Anyhow, it ended up just being me and Brian, and it was a wonderful conversation. I mean, there was awkwardness. We don't know each other really, but it was pretty cool. It was very nice to just have a normal adult human conversation without having to really be too worried about expressing my opinions about stuff, which seems like a weird thing to, be worried about in this day and age, but maybe not. Who knows? Anywho's, I was trying to clear my throat by being funny, and it didn't work, so I had to cough. So we have a great night. It was all great. Like, I'm glad that he and I got a chance to get to know each other and talk. It was a wonderful time. But nobody. Oh, and I did have one of the RSVPs who did let me know to, like, today at 4 that they weren't going to make it, and it was a very amicable, like, no problem, like, and absolutely no problem. And even if everybody had said, no, I'm not going to be able to make it. So sorry. I would have let Brian know, hey, dude, like I had like a, smallish group, but everybody else like bailed out. So just, I, and if you RSVP to something that requires you to fill out your personal information and give all your details of yourself in order to, say you're going to be there, it's not just a maybe on Facebook or any, whatever. We used to do another event thing that we used all the time. I can't remember what it was called. Evite. That's what it was. It's not just like checking the maybe box or the yes box on there. You have to go and tell them you're coming and who you are. You know, if you go through that effort and don't have enough like decency to say, hey, sorry, shit came up. And I'm not, maybe there was lots of, everybody has their own stuff, and this was not, anything of importance to think about at the time. And I get it, shit happens. It really does. Then, even after the fact, don't be a douchebag. Like, communicate some level of like, hey, I'm a dickwad and forgot. Or, I'm so sorry. Or, I'm there's so much going on in my life. I at least acknowledge a person. You know, we've become so dehumanized or desensitized to the humanity of others. That's what I'm trying to say. We have become dehumanized to the things that affect other people, and it's getting worse, not better. Like, this is making it worse. We're even less sensitive to how what we are doing affects other people. While there's all this messaging out there, I don't want to get too political. I'm just saying, if you say you're going to be there and you're not going to make it, let somebody know. I mean, if it was going to your mom's house, your sister's house, your nephew's birthday party, or your niece's graduation, and you weren't going to be able to make it, you'd let them know, right? Either way in advance, or if something came up. Why don't you owe that same dignity to somebody else that you maybe don't know so well? Like, the mom who's throwing her first birthday party for a bunch of school kids, that, because, it's the first time she's done a school birthday. And she's hoping that at least a couple kids, because she doesn't really know any kids her actual kids' age, because I've been in this position as well, to bring to just have at the party. So if she gets 2 or 3 or 4 RSVPs of people that are going to be there, she's like, at least a couple are going to show up, right? There's going to be at least a couple of them running around the yard. That'll be great. There's all kinds of ways this type of thinking applies to. So if you RSVP, if you make any indication of you might be there, you're not going to be, or you are going to be there, because I'm guilty of this. There's a monthly bunko game that I maybe every time, because even when I think I'm going to make it, like up to the day before, life happens. Like, but then I let the person know, like, today's not going to work. Or, I've even done the, oh my gosh, I don't know why I thought that was Saturday today and not yesterday. I'm an idiot. What a dork. Just own your shit and be respectful and reasonable and thoughtful of others. Like, it's not that hard. So that's what I got to say tonight. Y'all take it easy now.